Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Annalisa and this is Homemade Sunshine. So I have another thrift haul for you guys this week, which I know sometimes when I upload it looks like I thrift all the time, but this, other than my little vacation haul that you will have seen I think 2 weeks ago now when I'm uploading this, I haven't been thrifting since Memorial Day in my usual regular thrift haunts. So it's been a hot minute since I've been to my usual couple of thrift stores in a city that I live near, but I got some really good stuff and I'm so excited to share them with you guys. A lot of different sort of random stuff this time. So let's get started. As usual, most prices are between 50 cents and $1. One thrift store, all clothing is $1. Another one, all clothing is either 50 cents or $1. And most items are, you know, between 50 cents and max is like $3. So let's get started. At the first thrift store, I got something really cool. Ooh, it just flipped down. But it's a bread holder. So this is meant to be adjustable to keep your bread fresh. And there's some little holes. There used to be an open close thing on this to keep it fresher. I'm not overly worried about that not being on there. So if you're wondering, Annalisa, why are you getting something like this? Well, we don't have mice all the time, but we do have some mice visitors who like to come in from the outside every once in a while. So it's best for me to keep things in our pantry or on our counters in hard plastic. We think we've gotten rid of them, but it's one of those things that will wake up in the morning and then you find that I've eaten a bunch of stuff. So it's better to be safe than sorry when it comes to this sort of thing that they don't eat through an entire recently purchased loaf of bread. So pick that up, and once again, we have mice. We live entirely surrounded by acres of cattle, so there's just going to be field mice. This is just how it is. I also picked up, this is so gorgeous, this vintage set of Christmas glasses, and I love these. I don't need them, but I just couldn't resist this beautiful scene on the side. Look how just sweet they are in this. They've got like the little sled on the side. They're Libby vintage holiday glass. It looks like somebody tried to sell them at like maybe an antique store and they didn't sell them, so they just, you know, got rid of them. I think these are made in the USA, Libby glass. I wish it said the year, but I know these are definitely vintage just from the style of packaging, and also that I don't think they're, you know, there's not nearly as many things being made in the USA as there used to be. So that's it for that bag. At the same thrift store, I got this gigantic item. So I think I tried to look up prices, and I'll insert here if I find the exact one somewhere. But this is also a really great idea. If you roll up at a thrift store and you don't really know what an item is, you can download the Google app on your phone and use a feature on there called Google Lens, where you take a picture and it'll look through images on the internet and try to see what it is. And it's very helpful for if you don't know exactly what an item is. I mean, because this, when I saw it, we had kind of an idea, my mom and I, what it was, but weren't entirely positive. But I had just seen, you know when you go to Lowe's or Home Depot and in their garden center, they have like a half barrel that's like $50, or ours had like a full barrel that was like $100 to like plant stuff in and things like that, and they're really expensive. So this is a giant ceramic vase that I got for $2. So it's double-sided, so you've got the option of this side, which I'll try to hold close so you can read that. And then, oh my goodness gracious, what does it say? I think it's in French, so I don't even know why I bothered holding that up, because I don't think you can read it. This side says grains in Paris, and I can't read the other words, but you'll see the price was $2. So the thrift store where this came from, they don't generally price stuff unless it's significantly higher than their 50 cents to $1 range. So $2. They would have put a price on that. And I looked, when I saw it online, I think it was $100 when it was sold at Home Depot. So basically you can use this item as like a decorative vase for flowers. I think what I'll probably end up doing is putting it on one of our covered porches and putting faux flowers in it. And because I wish there was a drainage hole, you could always, I guess, drill a drainage hole into it. But I just couldn't leave it behind when I knew it was like between $50 and $100 new. So that was amazing. I also picked up these reversible placemats. They are Deco foam placemats made of plastic to clean and hand wash, made in the USA also. Looks like it was originally a 12 pack, and so maybe somebody bought these and didn't need 4 of them. So now I have 4 of them. I thought this is beautiful for late summer with the sunflowers, and then they're reversible. So the other side, honestly, I think is my favorite, with the big sunflowers. Is just, I think this is upside down. I think it's supposed to be this way. There we go. And I just thought these were precious. So this was probably like $1 for all of these. Like I said, they don't individually price stuff at that thrift store. So I also picked up these placemats, which look kind of weird because they're wet. I just came out of the washing machine and I got to put them out to air dry. But these beautiful handmade placemats. I love the rickrack and the dense ditzy floral. I feel like that's great to hide stains. And then the back is just navy. And there are 3 or 4 of these. I think there's 4, but I'm not sure where the other one has ended up, but I know there's 4. So that is another wonderful find. Just have to continue drying. Now for some of the clothes. So first is this adorable little Skort. I'm not entirely sold on it yet. I'm gonna have to wear it a couple times. You know how that is sometimes, to see if I like it. It's a St. John's Bay Skort, but I love this color, and it's just this pretty minty green. It has these cute little button flat pockets. It is a full actual Skort with little shorts underneath, which I love. I just don't have any skirts this color, and I love finding when I can find solid skirts because then they can go with a patterned top. And so we're gonna try it. We're gonna try it. That's the great thing about getting things for 50 cents or $1 is that when you do go to try them, you don't have to worry if you don't like it. You didn't put a whole lot of money out for it. I also picked up this skirt, which is a little big, but we're thinking that I might tack it up. It's a beautiful Coldwater Creek skirt, which Coldwater Creek, oh, maybe I could even, there's a place where there's 2 buttons, but maybe I could just add another button to button it closer. But I just couldn't not get this skirt. It's such high quality. Look at that beautiful floral. I love Coldwater Creek skirts because they make really like full skirts without being poofy, if you know what I mean. Like they're full and just move elegantly. This one on just has the most elegant swish to it when you walk. And I just love it. I love a statement maxi skirt. This one I think is maybe made, no, this one's made in China. Some of their early ones are made in America, but this one was made in China. But I do love this all the same. I even have seen online, which I've never found one in the wild, and I would love to find this. Coldwater Creek makes some reversible skirts, and I think that is super cool, like with 2 different patterns on either side. What an amazing thing to take like on a vacation or something. Another skirt, because, you know, I have one store that gets a lot of really nice vintage, like that is wearable vintage. You know, sometimes you think vintage and you're like, it's really over the top, so outdated that you wouldn't wear it. This is a thrift store that gets a lot of, I say vintage church women clothes. Like things that women would have had like a few nice outfits that they would have worn to church, like the Coldwater Creek skirt, or just other things that I find there, suit sets that women would have worn dressed up to go to church. So it's more practical, realistic things that you would actually wear versus maybe some of the like really crazy stuff from the 80s or crazy things from the 90s. So this is a vintage skirt that I'm pretty sure is from the 90s. It's an Emma Jane's linen blend skirt, which I like that it's a linen blend because then it's less wrinkly, but it is gorgeous. It's just a solid navy, which I know it's kind of hard to tell that it's navy, but I promise you it is, with a side zipper and a little shell button. I don't know why. I have a couple of 90s skirts with these shell buttons. Why did we get away from shell buttons? I love shell buttons. I think they look so pretty. And this is just fabulous. So, like I said, we get a lot of really good vintage skirts at this store. Not as much vintage dresses, but vintage skirts especially, that would have been like nice, conservative, church going, or like semi-formal, nice, you could wear it to work kind of skirts. More modest skirts, I will say. So I'm thrilled about that. Where are you going to find something that nice in the stores nowadays that's also not going to cost you an arm and a leg? So these are inside out, but I'll inside out them. really quick. This is kind of not a very exciting item, but one of those great things to find at a thrift store because it's practical. This is a pair of 151 leggings in black, just totally plain. They feel really new, like they're in very good condition, good quality, and just a nice thick pair of leggings for the winter. Wear under dresses, wear lounging around the house. I really liked the detail on the band up here with kind of those like little pleatings. I'm not sure if I'm gonna like them or if they're gonna be too big. I have a hard time sometimes when you, I don't know if anybody else does, when you buy leggings, you don't want them so tight that your legs feel like they're dying, but you don't want them loose to where you're having to like pull them up all day. So once again, a good 50-cent find. I will just try it. If I don't like it, I can just redonate it, not worry about it. I think that's all. Nope, no, it's not all from the first thrift store. Most things I got at the first thrift store. I also, this is so random, picked up an oven mitt. You know, it's a good shape oven mitt. I don't know about you guys. I tend to burn oven mitts every once in a while, or just they get gross, they get stained, yucky, and it's nice to have just a very cheap, that was probably a quarter, oven mitt. So, thrilled about that. And I find that I've had expensive oven mitts, like nicer oven mitts, which I do like. Nicer oven mitts are usually thicker, but they still do get just as stained and messed up looking as the other ones. So this is a little Old Navy sweatshirt. Just says Palm Springs. I just liked the graphic. I thought it was very pretty. Be nice to throw on in the evenings, maybe wear it in the spring with a skirt. I just thought that would be a very cute, just fun thing to have in the closet. And then I think everything else is from, oh, except for these two things. Then everything else is from the next store that I went to. So I mostly got things at the first store, but I still found some cute things at the other one. I picked up another Tales from Grace Chapel Inn book. This series has so many books in it. This is Rosemary for Remembrance. And so I'll be collecting these forever. But this series has been published, I think they started publishing it in the early 90s. So luckily it's semi-easy to find it secondhand, but usually only like one or two at a time. And then I picked this book up because it's a Newbery Honor book. So it's just a children's book. And it's in pretty rough shape, honestly. It's an children's library book, but it sounded interesting to me, called The War That Saved My Life. And I don't know. Sometimes it is nice to read a juvenile fiction, like juvenile, book, because there's not going to be anything weird in it, hopefully. You never know these days, but this is, her brother gets shipped out of London to escape the war, and she runs off to join him because she doesn't get to leave the house apparently herself much because she has a problem with her foot, like it's twisted. Something that probably we could fix nowadays, but back then they couldn't. And it's the adventures of her and a woman that she is sent to on a farm, and they get to build a whole family. It says, but in the end, will their bond be enough to hold them together through wartime, or will Ada and her brother fall back into the cruel hands of their mother? Set during one of the most explosive periods in world history, this amazing story is equal parts adventure, a moving tale of family, identity, and the fire of self-worth that can, when fed, burn brightly in all of us. So I think it's going to be a sweet book, just a sweet book about what the power of love in a family can do. So now we're on to the next thrift store. Got some really cute stuff from them. First, once again, this is wet. I just pulled some of this out of the washing machine to air dry, but this is a Land's End wrap, and it's fabulous. Let me see. I'll take off this shirt shanket and you can kind of see what it looks like. But I thought with a navy blue dress, this would look really pretty, or even a light blue dress. I love a wrap, honestly. I don't know why we aren't wearing wraps more nowadays. I just love a wrap for something fancy. I have a crocheted, like, pullover poncho-y wrap. I don't know what you technically call it, but it's not a poncho like in the traditional sense, but it's not a wrap either that just goes around the shoulders. So this just looks, so pretty. Just lovely. Look at that beautiful pattern up against that. I guess you could even wear it with white. So it's just pretty. It comes down to about your elbow, easy to wrap for a nice summer evening. So that will be going back to dry. I won't bother putting that jacket back on. I also picked up a St. John's Bay. This is technically a petite medium, but you know, sometimes you just have to try it on without the size. I just loved this ditzy floral, and because it's a petite medium, so it's like a size up from my normal size, but petite, it actually fits fine. The sleeves are, you know, I mean, they're not buttoned, but they're full length, as you can see, and it hits me about my hips, which is nice, because then I could wear this. I'm imagining like a denim skirt, either navy or white, with just a shell tank top sort of a thing underneath, kind of like what I'm wearing right now with the lace. And that's a beautiful outfit. Perfect to go together. I like to have a topper for my outfits a lot of the times, like this denim jacket, because I get cold easily inside, not outside. And if I work outside, I have to have a long sleeve shirt on because we have a lot of poison ivy and poison oak. So I have to be careful when I am working in the garden. So speaking of denim jackets, I picked up another denim jacket. This one is a Gap jacket, but the reason I liked this one so much was because of the pearlized button detail. I love a good pearlized button. I think this one has them too. Yeah. See, both of these have them. Now I think I have one in like a mid-wash, a light wash, and a dark wash, which is perfect. So cute. $1. This is a store where all clothes are $1. This is a vintage Desert Shores pool cover up, which I just got a kick out of this. I thought it was so fun, festive, summery. Look at those fishes. They are so much fun. I love the bubbles. It reminded me of like Vacation Bible School for some reason. It reminded me of early 2000s Vacation Bible School. So just such a sweet little fun pool cover up, and it is pretty long. Like you could wear it as a pool cover up and then like change your underthings and go out to a lunch. And then next is Studio One New York. I do not know that brand where it's sold, but this is just a beautiful maxi dress. So it doesn't look like it covers that much, like not on, but actually this crisscross comes up pretty high on me when I tried it on. And look at that beautiful skirt. I love the coral. This is, I think it's navy, but it definitely looks black when I'm showing it to you on the camera, but it is just a lovely maxi dress. So pretty, good for spring, good for summer. Love those colors. And last but not least is a gift for my cat. So this was $3, and when my mom and I were discussing purchasing it, we said you can't even buy the yarn for $3. So this is a beautiful hand knitted blanket, probably somebody's baby blanket, maybe. Well, it's actually kind of big for a baby blanket, but I thought she would just love being able to like make biscuits on this. I think she will just absolutely love being able to snuggle up tight with this. And the colors are nice. It's in very good shape. There's a few little like strands that are loose, which will be even better for her. But I thought for $3 it'd be a good cat blanket. She tends to destroy blankets, so I don't want to pay. She has to have a blanket. She can't just not have one because she'll use the nice blankets to like knead and, you know. So what she does is she makes biscuits with her claws, so she tears up the fabric, but then she also licks them and suckles them in her mouth. So then it's just, they end up looking crazy from all of her like slobber and all of that on it. So I'd rather buy some at a thrift store for her to mess up than pay full price for one even at Walmart. So that is my haul today. And if you enjoy these kind of videos, please be sure to give this a thumbs up. I post new videos every Monday, and I do a lot of thrifting and other homemaking, clearance, savings sort of videos. And leave me a comment down below. Do you feel like you're finding a lot at your thrift stores this summer? I feel like we went through a little lull for a little bit, and now that summer is here, I don't know if people are home and they're just like digging through their closets and getting rid of things, but it seems like thrifting has gotten a lot better since, you know, I think May people are really busy with like graduation, school wrapping up, recitals, concerts, all of that sort of thing. So people are not decluttering. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you next week. Bye.